Hello, I just wanted to make a quick general video about some things to know. So our hunting trap is in a couple of hours. You always want to go in here and click enhance and see if this says max. Since it says max, we do not want to donate. Okay. If it didn't say max, then we would want to donate. You did a little slidey bar, that kind of thing. Something here to make note of is this spot here. You can only join up to 50 rallies a day of each type. 50 beast rallies, 50 heady rallies, 50 join ops rallies. So you can join into 150 rallies when join ops is going on, but they have to be 50 of each kind. Once you have gotten that 50, you want to make sure that you uncheck that box. My use formation is set up to be just one troop. And so that just means that when I automatically join, I'm only putting in one troop. I'm not taking up as much space. Our rallies do normally fill on troops and not on heroes. You can't have everyone in your alliance just join with one troop if you're attacking difficult monsters. So we just unlocked kangaroos, so if everyone in our alliance only joined with one, we would probably fail the kangaroo rallies. There aren't too many people that are running those. They're the higher level people, but pretty much anything else before we got kangaroos, we were easily killing the level 1, 2, 3, and obviously the frenzied fiends, so everybody pretty much could have joined with the one troop. So it's good for some people to have the one set. It's not good for everybody to have that if you have any difficult troops that you're doing, but especially if you're only going to be joining for heady missions, like if you've already gotten your wild beasts, absolutely set it so that you're only joining with a few troops, because those rallies do not need to fill on troops. They're very, very easy. So the one thing I want to show you right now, we've got fighting moment going on. It just started yesterday, so we've still got plenty of time. The big thing here, you want to try to make sure you get all of these quests done. So I haven't done this last one for the 4,000 gems, but other than that, if you're not trying to win, the rewards aren't that great. Like if you look at 4th place is already down to 4,000 gems, 6th place is down to 2,000 gems. For the amount of troops that you're losing to get those ranks, it's just not worth it. There are going to be people that really enjoy PvP. They're going to go really hard for it. So just get your individual quests done and then stay safe. Along the lines of joining with an auto formation with just one troop, it's good to set up formations like I have here. One with Bella and one troop, and one with Melody and one troop, so that I can join rallies with a hero that has a strong captain power but doesn't have a lot of troops, so more of my alliance members are able to join the rally, again because we fell on troops and not on players. One other quick tip I wanted to show you is that I started to fail my trials and I couldn't figure out why, but actually I just noticed this too. You want to make sure that this is set so that it goes faster, but you also want to make sure that is set, because if it is not, the heroes are not automatically using their skills, which is a big part of their damage. So you see that it's off. Yuri is not using his skill. I don't know why or how sometimes that gets unchecked, but if you're starting to struggle in trials, just make sure that especially that top one with the computer to automatically use those skills is checked. So another important thing, if you're a new player, you want to make sure you do these treehouse missions every time that they pop up, which is every 8 hours. Ideally, you want to use heady anytime you're attacking. You rescue, you do the trial missions, because they all give you hero shards, which are very, very important. It's also very important to make sure you do your daily tasks, because this final chest is very useful. And then you also want to look for any other special events that are going on. So on the server, we've got King of the Wilderness going on. Join Ops is starting soon. I don't normally play this character very much, so I haven't done any of the fighting moment, but I'll do that. Block Conquest is one where you register and your R4s will take care of it. But if you're ever not sure what to do, you just want to check the calendar, see what's going on. If there's something on the calendar that you're not sure what to do with, just let somebody know. A lot of these things are just things to buy. So Adventurers Market and Treasure Hunt Adventure are going to be under here. Those are not things that you have to do anything for. Occasionally you'll get enough points where you can collect that. Then after you've done your treehouse missions, you also want to start rallies. So in this situation, I have a very weak or low level character in a alliance that's pretty strong. So I actually don't put very many troops in. So I put my best available heroes in, and I don't fill it with troops, because if you look here, most of the members in this alliance are much higher level. I also have not leveled up my command center very high, which is something I definitely want to do. It's actually caught up now. It was like 13 a couple of days ago. If your command center is really low, you're not going to be able to fit very many in your rally. And actually with a 300,000 rally, I should probably be able to do kangaroos at this point. Otherwise, you just want to make sure you keep your building going, keep your research going. You want to keep your troops going, because you'll do a lot more damage on the trap if you have more troops. You can also collect more resources if you have more troops, and you always want to donate to your tech. So this alliance is completely done researching everything. So now it's just got that one thing. When you donate, you get the points you can spend in the shop, and it's not quite as crucial. When you first start and you're working on all these researches, it's really important to stay on top of researching, because all of these things are really helpful for both you and your alliance. I also wanted to show you a new code was shared today. So if you see a code, you want to click on your profile pic. Once you go in here, you're going to click on settings and redeem code, and then type it in, and it was like cat day 2025, and I've already redeemed it, so it'll say limit code reached. But if you haven't redeemed it already, it'll pop up rewards, and you can get those on every character. So if you have multiple characters or in multiple servers, you can do that. I also have more in-depth videos, but you just want to look at things like the store tab. So really cool, useful things to get there. I like to buy the experience, because your heroes take forever to level up. The Alliance tab, Alliance store, really good things to buy there. I generally always buy the speed ups that are 70% off. It is helpful to have at least one of these little marches in case you accidentally send your troops to somebody and then they get reinforced. That is what you can do to make sure you recall them back so that they don't all die. When you're higher level and you've unlocked your garden, these things in the shop are really good, the ones at the top. Another thing to keep in mind if you're setting rallies is that you might only want to send your higher level troops. So it could just be my tier 8. In this case, I might send my tier 7 as well. You don't generally want to send any tier 1 or tier 2 troops if you have like tier 7 or tier 8, because your rally and your march can only hold a certain number of troops, and a tier 1 troop takes up just as much space as a tier 8 or 9 troops. You're basically wasting that space putting in a tier 1 or tier 2, and if you don't put them in, then you hope that whoever auto joins is going to auto join with something stronger, which is most likely going to be the case.